All right, so this example, we're going to relate our factoring, those factors we're finding, to the zeros of a function. So we're given a graph right here. They already graphed this for us, how nice. It shows the function defined by y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. How do the zeros of the function relate to the factors of the expression x squared plus 2x minus 8? Well, first, let's identify the zeros of the function. Remember, the zeros of the function are your x-intercepts. It's where your function is equal to 0. That's where it crosses the x-axis. So the zeros of our function are at zeros of the function are at a -4. That's where we cross the x-axis over here, and at a +2. So -4 and 2. So let's keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that. How does that relate to the factors of this expression, x squared plus 2x minus 8? So let's factor that. Now what we want to notice when we factor, our a value is 1. So this is our easier factoring. Factors of your c value -8 that add up to a +2. So your factors are 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Because it is a -8, that means either the small factors are negative or the large factors are negative, just one negative in each factor pair. So what factor needs to be negative? So we add them together and you get a +2. So we want that -2 to +4. -2 plus 4 is +2. -2 times 4 is -2. So we can factor this. It's going to be x minus 2 times x plus 4. So how do these factors relate to the zeros of the function? Well, you may notice, oh, well, that's a -2, and our 0 is a +2. This is a +4, and the 0 is a -4. And if we plug these values in for those x's, so if I just look at, let's say, this one, x minus 2, if I plug in the 2 for the x, 2 minus 2 is 0, and 0 times whatever else, let's say this x plus 4, gives us 0, and we found the value that gets us a 0 of our function. Our function is equal to 0 when we do that. What if we plug in, let's say, the -4, maybe into this parenthesis? Plug the -4 in for the x, plus 4, -4 plus 4 is 0. So what we're finding are that the zeros of the function, when plugged into our factored form, produce a 0 value for one factor parenthesis or the other one. This is going to lead us to our zero product property. All right, so here's our zero product property. If a product of real number factors is 0, then at least one of the factors must be 0. So here's kind of what that might look like. If a times b equals 0, well, when you're multiplying two things together and getting 0 as an answer, that means that you must have been multiplying with the 0. Then a equals 0, or b equals 0, or maybe they both equal 0. So that zero product property is going to help us to solve quadratic equations by setting factors equal to 0 and then finishing up any solving. And we'll see that in our next video.